ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, Shlok 57. Sava Adyatanad
नाद्राजन्
Parata Panchame Hani
परता पंचमे हनि
Kalevaram Hasyati Swam
कलेवरं हास्यति स्वम्
Tacha Bhasmi Bhavishyati.
तच्च भस्मे भविष्यति।
Translation: O king, he will quit his body most probably on the 5th day from today, and his body will turn to ashes. Purport: Narad Muni's prophecy prohibited Yudhishthir Maharaj from going to the place where his uncle was staying, because even after quitting the body by his own mystic power, Dhritarashtra would not be in need of any funeral ceremony. Narad Muni indicated that his body by itself would burn to ashes. The perfection of the yoga system is attained by such mystic power. The yogi is able to quit his body by his own choice of time and can attain any planet he desires by turning the present body into ashes by self-made fire. So we were discussing this yesterday, that how there are different yoga processes, and there are some mystic yoga processes by which you can get these material perfections, siddhis, they call it, right? And these siddhis of different ways of controlling the subtle elements of the body can be achieved. And those who are very, very advanced in this, they are able to attain such mystic power. They can choose the time and how they want to quit the body. And here is being mentioned that Dhritarashtra, the kind of practice he's doing by the guidance of Vidura, he will actually be able to give up his body and it'll all be into ashes. So there will not be any need of even a funeral ceremony. So that is being mentioned here. Anybody else would like to add anything?
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
So how was Dhritarashtra able to achieve this within 5 days? This, I mean, he went from...
Yeah, Dhritarashtra, not forget whose son is Dhritarashtra.
Vedvyas.
Vedvyas' son. And then who was his teachers? He learned from him actually, and from others who were there. So he learned in school as Vidura. And these things were not totally unknown during those times. People had some knowledge, some idea. And then, of course, after hearing from Vidura, he was able to recollect. So even though Dhritarashtra was having all these things, but he was, because of his attachment to Duryodhan, he was unable to advance spiritually. So when that knot was cut, then he was able to recollect all the hidden knowledge. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sade Kabu Noe. Who will complete this line? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sade Kabu Noe. What is the next line? The famous shloka. Shravan Adi Suddhi Chitti Koroy Udoy. So it is actually dormant within the heart of every living entity, Krishna Prema. Eternally, everybody's heart has this Krishna Prema. And then by the process of proper exposure, like for example, the seed already has the tree. The seed already has a tree, and the only difference is if you are able to put that seed in the proper condition, you will be able to in time bring that seed out of that tree out of the seed. So similarly, the knowledge, spiritual advanced knowledge is there actually in the heart of every living entity, Shravan Adi, by the process of hearing, etc. The whole process of Bhakti Yoga 9 processes, one can advance. And because he took shelter of Vidura, heard attentively, he was able to advance. So he had previous upbringing as well as now the mercy of Vidura. You want to add anything to it, Mataji? Nirbhay Prabhu and Natasha Mataji, we can't hear you.
Oh, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I thought you were talking to Anandi Ratha Mataji.
No, I am asking if you both want to add anything.
No, Prabhuji, I was just confused that he went from such a comfortable life to such an austere life and perfection of Ashtanga Yoga very, very fast.
Yeah. Sometimes we don't know who is at what level and who can, advance how fast. That's why if we would have seen Dhritarashtra, we might have judged by saying, "Arey, ye to gone case hai yaar. Isko itne saal samjhaya." I have been there since before Duryodhan was even brought up. ये तब भी नहीं गधा 100 साल से समझा, अब क्या समझेगा, छोड़ो मैं अपना जाता हूं, I will do my own thing. He could have done this, Vidura. We can sometimes very easily jump to conclusion by seeing somebody that अरे यार इसके साथ why should I waste time in speaking Krishna consciousness to this person? Leave. See what kind of habits he has. See what this. We totally forget that if we can chant Hare Krishna, then anybody can chant Hare Krishna. We think very, very highly of ourselves that we were able to, chant Hare Krishna. So then we say, "Arey, पिछले जन्म में हमने बहुत कुछ करा होगा तभी आज हमें मिला." We start thinking our greatness is very much. This is how we sometimes are unable to understand the plan of Maya by getting captured into it. But here we see Vidura. So there is one more thing, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu or somebody what he was mentioning, that how Vibhishan left Ravan and went to the side of Ram. Vidura left Dhritarashtra but did not go to the side of Pandavas, because he said, first of all, this was not a service which was given to Vidura by Krishna, but the other reason which he explained was that Vidura still had hope in Dhritarashtra. He knew that if he goes to the other party, then Dhritarashtra may not forgive him and may not be receptive to him. But if he stays neutral or whatever, goes to Tirth Yatra or whatever, then then he can always come back and give guidance to Dhritarashtra and at least can deliver Dhritarashtra. Otherwise, he may not have been able to do it. And we see that Dhritarashtra was able to connect with Vidura much nicely once his attachment to Duryodhan went away. So Dhritarashtra is a personification of attachment. So we are very much attached to so many things, and we must understand that sometimes due to that attachment, Krishna may take that item away, or that thing or that object away from us, so that we can advance further spiritually. That's what happened to Dhritarashtra also. But he did one thing. He took shelter of Vidura after that. When Vidura told him something in the past, he was not listening. Dhritarashtra will not listen anytime. And this time Vidura came and said, "Arey, your liver is gone, mucus you are producing, you are not able to see, hear, nothing, none of your senses working." So then he told, "You should leave." Then Dhritarashtra was like, this time he heard, like not just heard, but actually executed what was instructed. So this is the benefit of hearing from great souls. Sometimes even if we don't have qualification, but when we hear attentively and put faith in great souls, then unimaginable things happen. For example, the followers of Hare Krishna movement in the beginning days, they were not big sannyasis. They were not big. Srila Prabhupada's disciples who were grahasthas, 6 of them left US, went to Europe in UK, and in few months they opened a temple. And when Prabhupada went there, Prabhupada said, "My sannyasi god brothers came to London and they could not open a temple. So what my sannyasi god brothers, who were so scholarly, so very advanced, what they could not do it, my grahastha disciples could do it." So this is actually not the qualification of a grahastha or a qualification of scholarship, but actually it is the extent to which we're taking shelter of the Guru and executing his orders as our life and soul. To the extent we can do that, to that extent the mercy flows and Krishna acts through us. So here Dhritarashtra is doing what he was told by Vidura. So by his mercy, he got mercy. Does it make sense, Madhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Anything Nirbhay Prabhu wants to add? He was saying something.
No,
Or-
I was just saying, see, Vidura did not leave Dhritarashtra, you did not leave me. So, so thank you very much.
So humble. Okay. Anything anybody else wants to add? Mataji, you want to add anything? Or any other devotees? So this is very important, that when we are sharing Krishna consciousness, one has to be also very patient, because different people are at different level, and sometimes we judge them. We don't think about how we took so long, or we are still taking so long, or we are still slacking, but we may be very quick to judge when it comes to others. And then the other thing is, anybody, if Dhritarashtra can become Krishna conscious, then anybody can become Krishna conscious. Then what is the reason for we are discriminating? We should give Krishna consciousness everyone according to what they can appreciate and how they can advance. Okay, we'll go to the next look. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
So, Prabhuji, we always say that like you were saying, he got Vidura's mercy. In bhakti, we need mercy of Vaishnavas, Guru, Krishna. But that's what we say, right? In other systems of yoga, whether it's Ashtanga Yoga or other Gyan Yoga, we are relying on our own effort. So mercy does not play that big a part.
Before this, Prabhupada mentions actually that he heard from Vidura. What I'm telling you in previous shlokas, Prabhupada mentioned, and also mentioned that it wasn't just pure mystic thing in his case also, but he was like a yoga ladder, and he was, so let's say, even if you say it's your own effort, but how will you learn by your own effort? You need to know the yoga process at least, right? And Prabhupada, I think if I remember, it was in one of these shlokas we read where Prabhupada actually mentions about Bhakti Yoga. In one of the previous shlokas. So although here it may appear to be a mixture, that whether it's saying we are saying bhakti or we are saying this ashtanga, but actually it's a yoga ladder. It's a yoga ladder, and one thing is connected to the another, and another and another. Some people take it separate, but Prabhupada, Krishna also says, right? One who is taking Sankhya and this as separate is talking like childish, right? What is the chapter? Fifth chapter or fifth chapter, I think, where he says how the learned, they know both are not different, but one who is not advanced, he take them separately. 5.4, it is in the fifth chapter 4. He says only the ignorant speak of devotional service karma yoga different from Sankhya or material world. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieve the result of both. So basically here also we see that these processes are actually yoga ladder and connected, not just totally separate. Those who are taking it totally separate are not seeing things as they are. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
If you find any deeper, explanations, please share with us. Any other? These are some of the things I can think of.
Hare Krishna, Natasha.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam. Natasha, Dhritarashtra got the Pure Devotee Association. Few बोलते हैं ना हम मिनट के लिए भी क्षण के लिए भी एसोसिएशन मिलना, तो हमको जैसे एसोसिएशन होना चाहिए, लेकिन किसका होना चाहिए? वी हैव टू डू एसोसिएशन विद प्योर डिवोटी, सीनियर डिवोटी, तो ही हमारे में इम्प्रूवमेंट होता है भक्ति में. इसलिए इन दिस Bhagavatam, the Vidura, they are calling Mahatma Vidura. He was not an ordinary person, and his association he got, and he was in sorrow. Who? धृतराष्ट्र. दुख में होते हैं तो हम भगवान के बहुत नजदीक जाते हैं ना, वैसे ही हो गया. हरे कृष्णा.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Anything else? We'll go to the next shloka. So 113.58. Who wants to recite the Sanskrit and read? Volunteers?
I can read, Prabhuji. Dhyamanegnibhirdehe
Dahyamane bhirdehe
Patyupatni sahotaje
Patyupatni sahotaje
Bahistita patim sadvi
Bahistitapatim sadhvi
Tamagni manuvekshati.
Brahmagnimanuvishyati.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. While outside observing her husband, who will burn in the fire of mystic power along with his thatched cottage, his chaste wife will enter the fire with rapt attention. Purport: Gandhari was an ideal chaste lady, a life companion of her husband, and therefore, when she saw her husband burning in the fire of mystic yoga along with his cottage of leaves, she despaired. She left home after losing her 100 sons, and in the forest she saw that her most beloved husband was also burning. Now she actually felt alone, and therefore she entered the fire of her husband and followed her husband to death. This entering of a chaste lady into the fire of her dead husband is called the sati rite, and the action is considered to be most perfect for a woman. In a later age, this sati rite became an obnoxious criminal affair because the ceremony was forced upon even an unwilling woman. In this fallen age, it is not possible for any lady to follow the sati rite as chastely as it was done by Gandhari and others in past ages. A chaste wife like Gandhari would feel the separation of her husband to be more burning than actual fire. Such a lady can observe the sati rite voluntarily, and there is no criminal force by anyone. When the rite became a formality only and force was applied upon a lady to follow the principle, actually it became criminal, and therefore the ceremony was to be stopped by state law. This prophecy of Narad Muni to Maharaj Yudhishthir forbade him to go to his widowed aunt. Hare Krishna. So this is describing what happened with Gandhari, that she saw her husband burning in the fire created by that mystic power and the cottage as well, and so Gandhari entered into that fire as well and completed the sati rite. So in purport, Prabhupada is describing that how she really now felt alone and completely without any shelter once her husband started leaving his body. Because so far she had lost all her sons, but still she had her husband for her shelter, for her her attachment was still there. And now that he was also leaving, she also decided to leave with him and enter into that fire. And then Prabhupada is describing about the sati rite, how it was considered perfect at that time, and then became a criminal affair because it was forced upon women. They were forced to burn into the fire of the funeral fire of their husbands, and then it was stopped because it was not voluntary. And plus, from various discussions we've had before about this in detail, I think, where we discussed how. So here Dhritarashtra is burning in this mystic, after this perfection of human life, right? He's reached this perfection of the yoga and burning into this mystic fire with his mystic power, which is not possible or rarely ever possible these days. So in Kali Yuga, the man is, committing all kind of living a very sinful life throughout. So really, if a woman enters into the funeral fire of such a man, I think from what I've heard that this kind of sati rite would also achieve perfection for that woman. She will also go back to Godhead. But just burning into the funeral pyre of a common sinful man would not really achieve any perfection for that lady. So it's basically very criminal to do this nowadays. And here Narad Muni is prophesizing what will happen to Dhritarashtra and Gandhari in another 5 days. That's what I understand, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you. So like Prabhupada also mentioned, it's not possible in the age of Kali. And also we see actually Mahajano Yena Gata Sapanta. So we have to follow the footsteps of Mahajans. So we don't see this in any one in our Sampradaya. Like, for example, Nityananda Prabhu or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They had, wives. Jhanva Devi was wife of Nityananda Prabhu. So we don't see she, went or wife of Advaita Acharya. So this discussion is not necessarily meant for Kali Yuga, because they were great personality. They were the most chaste wives. Is not that. But for lower principle, one can say, let's say if one is not a devotee, let's say, from mundane standpoint, and you see from social and mundane standpoint, then yes, this may have importance that Gandhari was like this, but when we talk from devotional standpoint, even in previous age for that matter, when Dashrath Maharaj left, I don't think any of the wives actually we ever read did sati. So it is how we can serve the Lord best. That is the idea, not just in this age, but even in the previous ages. Does it make sense?
But let's say, Prabhuji, some lady in this age also wanted to do this, enter into the funeral pyre. This will be more of a suicidal act in this age, right? Not
Yeah, Prabhupada here doesn't encourage that. Doesn't seem like he said here it is not no criminal force.
But even if nobody is forcing her, she wants to do this. But how would this achieve her any kind of spiritual benefit to do that?
So here it says it's not possible for a lady to do this. You're saying in spite of that, how can we say, because there is, like in Kali Yuga, everybody, like you said, is not spiritually advanced. So it all depends on how they conducted their life. Doesn't matter on only one action. What you do at the time of death depends on, like, what you think at the time of death depends on how you conducted your life throughout the life. So if the life was not Krishna conscious, then just by some act like this, how will you remember Krishna at the time of death?
Yes, Prabhuji, again, like it depends, as you're saying, as to what your responsibilities are. Like it was said for Kunti Maharani, it was not, even at that time, Kunti Maharani did not, but Pandu's Madri went into the fire, but somebody had to take care of the kids. So Kunti Maharani did not go into
But
the
these examples, we never use these examples as the examples of pure devotees generally. Like we don't say because of this reason, yes, they are Mahajans and we have to follow them. Like Madhuri, how many times did we hear about Madhuri having to be someone said, generally people give example of Kunti Maharani. We don't really make Madhuri as a role model anyways.
Right. And that is what I'm saying, Prabhuji, that Kunti Maharani, who we actually take as a role model, did not do that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that this actually, we are not for it, we are not against it. This is something which is not necessarily going to matter, because we see the examples of devotees who who are considered great personalities or Mahajans, and they did not necessarily use this way of this mode or this way in terms of their spiritual practice or anything. This is not something which even has any spiritual significance for that matter. We are not able to hear what you were saying.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Anybody else want to add anything? So we have time for one more? No, as we crossed 9. So we'll conclude today. We'll continue 1:13:59 tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll end it here. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.